guys, it's me, Hues, once again, back with the Hues vlog, and it has been busy times. This is the first time I'm doing this vlog at night, so you won't see as much natural lighting, and why is that? Well, I've officially started university, and it is a lot to take in. I think more than anything right now I'm learning to get back in a kind of academic rhythm of just, there's so much to do. So much to do. Though I think I'm gonna get used to it. Or I hope so. It'd be a bit of a disaster if I didn't. I don't want to be a college dropout unless things are going well on this channel. So that's that. But really today, this vlog is all going to be about celebrating one of my favorite bands and a big milestone. And that band is Oasis. And earlier this week, on October 2nd, 25 years ago to the day, What's the Story? Morning Glory was released, which is probably their best known album. It's quite funny because one of the professors at my university, he bought a copy day one. I was sending an email to him and he was just like, what? I wish I could have been there. And that is also a reminder to anyone who hasn't seen it yet. In commemoration of this day, I did a cover of Champagne Supernova, which is definitely my favorite song on the album. Yeah, but just overall, it's such an incredible album, and there are so many just great songs on it. One of the things I like about the first two Oasis albums in particular is that so much effort, I feel, went into every song. And obviously there's the huge standouts that are basically staples of British culture, like Wonderwall and Some Might Say. But then as well there's Don't Look Back in Anger and Cast No Shadow and She's Electric. One of the songs for me has a lot of emotional significance to it. So the story is that it's 3.5 years ago now, there was the Manchester bombing, and I actually heard the bomb go off. It's one of those sounds that I can still hear if I think about it. It's never left me. Yeah, because the school I went to is right next to it, so that's pretty crazy. It was someone at our school that decided to sing Don't Look Back in Anger the day after it happened, and that got a lot of traction actually, because if you watched Ariana Grande's Concert of Love that happened a couple weeks after it, they actually sang it there as well, and they brought Liam Gallagher in to sing some of the other classics. But that song in particular just means so much to me because it's hard to put into the words unless you were there, but Manchester as a city really came together. There was just this lovely spirit to it, and in a local square called St. Anne's Square, everyone began to leave flowers and cards and, you know, balloons, all in commemoration of the 22 people who so tragically lost their lives that day. And it's just overwhelming. It was just overwhelming to go to the square and see, you know, it easily 10 feet wide of just flowers and bouquets and heart balloons and messages of consolidation. It was a very moving time. It was a very moving scene and a very moving time. And on top of that as well, you had that Oasis song, Don't Look Back in Anger. And I think it was a really suitable song, and I just think the sound of Oasis is really suitable for those kind of moments because they're weirdly melancholic but energetic at the same time. there's this acknowledgement in their sound that life isn't great, and it can be far from great. But that shouldn't stop you from having a good time. And I think that's really exemplified in songs like "Don't Look Back in Anger" and a later song later songs like "Stand By Me" and "Stop Crying Your Heart Out." I think there's a real thematic connection. And then, yeah, and then it's just the melodies. I think they just really stick with you, and it's quite funny because if you just play the melodies on the piano, a lot of them are very beautiful. But then there is just, Liam Gallagher's voice, particularly in the first two albums, that has got so much bite and personality and energy to it that not many can rival. Because it's not the prettiest voice, but it's a voice that always says something. And I've actually learned a lot from listening to him sing, because it reminds me that you have to have something to say, or you have to, you can't just sing notes, you have to sing what you really mean. And I think he's just got a great way of getting into the words that Noel wrote. Because even something like Wonderwall, which is a bit of a love song, or mind you, I mean, who knows really what some of these songs are about, but I think it sounds a bit like a love song. Even then, it's still in your face. It's not trying to be delicate, but in its own way, it has an appeal because of that. So that's just an 8-minute gush about Oasis. That probably was unbearable, or you probably clicked off this video if you hate them, but they mean a lot to me for obvious reasons, probably now. And I'm going to do more Oasis covers in the future, but do go check out Champagne Supernova on my channel. I think overall it's such an improvement on where I was when I started this whole project. So, see you in the next one.